Hello and welcome back to my channel. I took a short hiatus recently because I was feeling under the weather and I was also slacking a little, but now I'm back. We've been making a lot of good progress with the ambulance and I'm super excited to finally share it with you guys. This video is going to be about removing the rest of the decals since we didn't finish in the last video, and also the third road trip that we took where we had some interesting weather happen. Before we get started, I also want to let you guys know that my next video is going to be all about the installation of the insulation inside the ambulance. I'm super excited for this video. I have a lot of content already filmed for it, so it's probably going to be a bit of a long video, maybe? Well, I'm not sure yet. We'll see. But I'm super excited for that to come out. And anyways, on to the video. Chapter 1. Finishing the decals, finally. Today I am working on taking the rest of the adhesive off. We did not have time to do all of it when we did the decal remover before, as you might know if you watched that video. We also in the back have a bunch of adhesive to remove, so we will be doing that. I've got my gloves, I've got my decal remover, I've got my scraper, and I have my chip brushes out here. Super ready to finish this. We did both the driver's side of the box and also the back this day, but I only have one camera right now since I only film the back. But you get the idea. We applied the remover, waited a few minutes, and then scraped it all off with our big old razor blade. It was a little warm out, so it went pretty quick. We didn't really have to wait very long. Here is Alex doing part of it, and then I do the second half. And somehow we always start doing the decal remover close to sunset, so you'll get to see that as well. This went really quick and easy, honestly. It really didn't take very long, and I was really happy with the progress that we were making. The little parts on the corners that still had vinyl on them didn't work out super well. I knew they would take a couple coats since the vinyl is pretty thick. But we did get all of the red off, and that was mostly what I wanted to do. And also, when we put the decal remover on, we have to spray it off with soap and water afterwards, so here we are doing that right now. I always wish we had more time in a day to do more of this at a time, but that's just how it goes, and we work with what we've got. And there's always another day to work on things. Here's how the side looks after we did the decal remover. There are still some parts with adhesive on them, but we are going to get that today. I think it looks pretty good. All of this is completely done, which is very nice. And around the back here, all of this is also completely done. It looks all shiny and new and everything. And there are still some parts here, but I expected that since there was more vinyl on that part. But besides that, the only thing left that we have to do is this part up front, which might take a couple coats because it is pretty thick in some parts. But that's the rest that we have to do today. It was really warm this day, and I was trying to shade my camera since it tends to overheat, but this box did not want that to happen, but eventually it fell over, so that was good. Alex worked on peeling off part of it while I was applying the decal remover, and we also got this bright idea to put the trash bag under it so I didn't get most on the floor and then have to clean that up, because that was a pain to clean up since it was all sticky and stuff. And here I am removing it, and we are both working on it. He's applying another coat at the same time I am removing some of it. We also didn't really get all of it this time, but there's just a little bit left. I'm probably going to do that off camera eventually, just to finish it all. And even though this may look like a lot of work since we are scraping for a while and have to apply it and everything, it is still so much less effort than using the whizzy wheel and the drill with constant pressure the entire time. I would wake up the next day almost crippled and unable to use my arms because it was just so exerting. But this is much easier than that, even if it is a little time-consuming still. We did end up doing another coat off camera, but here are all of the sides after the very long decal remover journey that started all the way back when I first bought the ambulance. Anyways, I think it looks really amazing. I really like how it looks with the new clear light lenses. We do still have that little part right there. Don't look at that very much. But all the rest of it is completely done, and we are so much closer to getting it painted. We will get it painted eventually, but not super soon since we do still have a ton of other things to do, especially on the inside, and I feel like that's way more important than changing the color of the outside anytime soon. Chapter 2. Encountering Inclement Weather. This part of the video is a collection of clips we took during the ambulance's third road trip. I won't be talking the whole time, but I did want to narrate some parts. We started out with some really beautiful cloud scenery that you're seeing here, and this was a great predictor of what kind of weather was to come, along with the very nice mountains covered in snow. We didn't really expect much inclement weather since both Vegas and Palm Springs were already above 70 degrees, so we definitely weren't expecting the weather we encountered, but we were prepared for it. And right here's Bailey Road. That is my name. Oh, I will be also doing my little songs that I do when I don't want to put any silence over the video. So if you don't like that part, you can totally skip this part of the video if you want. It will be interspersed throughout the rest, so that's just a fair warning right now. We also drove through here again recently, and it was super weird seeing the contrast between the snow being on the mountains a couple weeks ago and then no snow at all being there now. And it was also super hot. It was almost 100 degrees when we drove recently. And that's all I have to say about these clips. And the next clip is coming up, so I'm just gonna not do the song. Here we go. And these clips are definitely foreshadowing of what's to come. You can see it raining on the mountains over there, the clouds looking all foggy over the mountains and everything. And that is all I have to say about this clip as well, so here we go. Do, do, do. Looking at the clouds. There's some more clouds looking super beautiful. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Oh, here's the scales. We're going to California. Do, 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 do. And here we have our first clip of it snowing. It started snowing all of a sudden, and it didn't even start raining first. We were driving, and it was super cloudy, and then it started snowing on us. And there doesn't seem to be any snow on the ground here, but that's foreshadowing for later. The ambulance had never encountered snow before, so this was a first for the ambulance with us driving it. We also didn't have a single issue driving it in the snow. Even when it got snowier later in the trip, we didn't have any issues with the tires or traction or anything like that. And I just wanted to show this, how we can see that there's some snow on the ground way closer to the road than those mountains before. And that is all I have to say until the next clip. So here's another song for you. Do, do, do. Driving in the snow. Driving in the snow. Ambulance driving in the snow. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Can barely see the mountains, 'cause there's so much fog and clouds. Do, 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 ba, ba, da, do, 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 da, 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 do, 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 do. This is when the snow really started picking up. This is also where we saw an accident on the side of the road. We wanted to pull over to help, but the ground next to the road was very slushy, and we were worried that we wouldn't be able to get back out. Thankfully, though, we passed an ambulance going back the other way to help them a little later. You'll be able to see the accident a little later in this clip as well. Since I have lived in Las Vegas my whole life, I haven't seen much snow. In my lifetime, it has only snowed heavily there twice, and I've only driven through snow a handful of times, and never in the ambulance. I definitely think I would eventually like to settle down somewhere where it snows a little more often, since I do really enjoy that. We will also be doing some winter traveling in the snow, and who knows, maybe I'll change my mind after all that. In the distance in these clips that you're watching now are usually mountains, but due to the thick clouds you cannot see them. It's always weird to see scenery that you're so used to change so drastically with the weather. Even doing these short road trips always makes me so excited for a future of travel, beautiful weather, and new experiences.
Onward to Kiev.
Do, 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 do. Driving through the snow. Driving in the ambulance, driving in the snow. Here we go, there's snow on the ground. Can't see the mountains. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. This is the last clip I have for you guys. Here the snow was winding down and it continued raining. It was also getting darker, as you can probably tell, so the quality of this clip is not very good, but oh well. The clouds throughout this whole trip were very beautiful, and I feel very lucky that I got to experience it. Do 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 and do 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 all day long. Do 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 do. Chapter 3, Final Thoughts. I'm super happy that we finally finished with all the decals on the outside. There is a tiny bit left, but don't look at that. We'll finish that off camera later. But just pretend it's all done. And I also am excited to share with you my installation video, which will be coming out next week. And I hope you enjoyed all the footage I got from the third road trip. The weather was really nice and interesting, and the clouds the whole time were really beautiful. I'm really excited to go on more road trips like that in the future. I really love rainy weather and all of that, so super excited for that. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!